In this short video, we will explain why and how to let a croft. There is a difference between letting an assignation, short-term lets, and sublets. Although these all refer to the transfer of croft land, the method used depends on whether the crofter is an owner-occupier or tenant crofter and whether the transfer is permanent or temporary. Letting is used by owner-occupier crofters or landlords, whereas assignation is made by tenant crofters to transfer a croft permanently. Short-term lets and sublets are temporary arrangements and not a permanent transfer of a croft. Letting is the term used when an owner of a croft, that is, either an owner-occupier crofter or the landlord of a vacant croft, decides they would like to let a croft tenancy. An owner-occupier crofter might apply to let their croft when they find they can't manage the croft any longer. The person they let to can be a family member or completely unrelated. Some crofters also let their crofts as they want to see younger crofters get a chance to run their own business. Some letting applications are made to a family member because the current owner is not considered to be an owner-occupier crofter and, as a result, cannot qualify for crofting grants. The younger generation, as official tenant, can then qualify for crofting grants. Unless specifically excluded in the conditions of let, the new tenant would have the right to buy the croft and the usual rights of a crofting tenant. The owner letting out a croft can decide to exclude the right to buy, the right to benefit financially from resumption and compulsory purchase, and the right to assign the croft. Keeping the house is often important. It is possible for the crofter to keep their home by decrofting it before letting the remaining croft land. Less common but possible is that the croft is let with an agreement for a lifetime occupancy of the house, giving security to the outgoing crofter, or the house site may be excluded from the area let. Letting of a croft is sometimes carried out in exchange for payment, as recompense for improvements to the land or fences or sheds. Where a crofter meets the definition of an owner-occupier crofter, then the croft can be sold rather than let to another person, who then also becomes an owner-occupier crofter. Letting of a croft must be approved by the Crofting Commission. The owner-occupier crofter or the landlord of a vacant croft and the proposed new crofter submit an application for Commission consent to let a whole croft tenancy, whole or part, form to the Crofting Commission. The application is advertised in the local press by the current owner-occupier crofter or landlord. Crofting Commission approval is required even when letting to a family member. The owner may be able to let part of a croft as long as the Crofting Commission consider both parts are sustainable as crofts. When the letting is approved, it has the effect of dividing the croft. Letting or sales, notification of change of ownership of an owner-occupied croft are both trigger events for croft registration on the new map-based crofting register. Letting of a croft is a way for an owner-occupier crofter or the landlord of a vacant croft to keep crofts maintained and working. For more information, talk to your local Farm Advisory Service or your local Crofting Commission assessor for practical advice.